in that scenario only we will change. Otherwise, why do we need to change? Yes, so we can close the DB pump sample now. If you want to upgrade your license of the Vault server, okay, we can do that activity two ways. Either we can replace that license file in the system safe, or we can replace in the this directory also file system also. So if you replace that license file from file system, then you need to restart the Vault services. If you update that license file in the system safe, then no need of restarting the Vault services. Clear, right, this part? So better to upgrade without restart, correct? Better to update in the system safe, then no issue. Automatically it will be affected, no need to restart any services. So when you say system safe, it should be here, right here, through Vault. Open. Double-click on the system, here, the license, you can see the license. So again, before making any changes to DB5, definitely we need to take one backup, just for our safer service. So you can copy-paste, or you can retrieve this file and save it in the Vault server by making one folder on that page. That's it. Just right-click on the license file. Retrieve and save as hold on hold. On retrieve and save as yes. So if you click on retrieve and save, as it will ask for a path, so you can create one folder and put it in that folder. But this copy is different from the file, or maybe from the copy of what is actually saved on the C drive, right? No, no, no. Both are same. No, no, no. The contents are the same, but the locations is. This is more of an encrypted way of storing the data, which is not disturbed as such, correct? Okay. So even for license file also, why I am asking you to take backup. Sometimes the license file which we get from the cyber, or it doesn't work, or it is having some random numbers, what we have requested, that will not be there in that actual file. So, due to whoever's cases, we can take a backup of our existing license file, and we can update the new license file in case. If the new license file is having any issue, definitely we can replace with our existing license file. Then we can go back to vendor and they will provide that new file. So just backup is kind of our safety. Okay, log off and go back to the file system. Yeah, now Paragentina file. Now open this file. So if you want to do S&MP integration, okay. So S&MP integration is nothing but for making monitoring the Vault services. If you physical memory, so you have memory disk users, right? So for that we need to update this Paragentina file. Okay. So here you can see S&MP traps threshold CPU 200, 90, 3, 30s. So 200 means every 200 seconds means 1. 3 minutes 20 seconds. These traps will be forwarded. Okay, when it will forward means in case that physical memory reaches to 90% threshold, then it will check for 3 times for 30 seconds. Okay, still it is in spite. Then immediately it will forward that trap to the S&MP server. Then from S&MP server, we will get the email notification. So same for CPU swap memory disk user service status also. In case, if you want to change this configuration, we can reduce the values. Instead of 90, we can put 60, 70, 80. Again, it depends on the so through this file, if the time limit is extended from the mention. So it will be reflected in our portal through S&MP, and we are getting a notification, correct? So after getting a notification, do we have to change? Do we have to change something in the file or in no? So why you need to change the file so immediately? Upstream members will log into the wall server and they will check the processes, which is called highest memory utilization or CPU utilization, in case if it is related to disk. So definitely we need to create one high priority to that storage and we need to extend the disk size. But all those things, we can't do it immediately. But immediately what we can do? We can fail over to DR Vault, so we can fail over to DR Vault and we can fix those issues. Then again we fail back to professional as an immediate result. So what is the 200 you said? 200 is basically 200, seconds means seconds, 3 minutes, 20 seconds, right? And 90 would be the threshold, right? Threshold, yeah, 3 is like 3 intervals, 3 times at for every 30 seconds. Yes, still it is in spite. Then only after that you trigger a S&MP shout for that, okay. So again, I will cover this in a separate class. But just we have opened this file. Now open pass form that I am in. So pass form that I am in a file contains the password. Complexity of the vault users makes a minimum of 4 characters required, 1/8, some 6 characters. Those kind of password complexity you can set in the pass form that I am in a file. So minimum is 0 password. Remember 3, all those things. This is local to Cyberark only, correct? So Cyberark internal user is nothing but the local fair point. And last file tsformany. So tsformany contains the safe tag. So by default C drive private arc safe. So that is the safe. Can you open that file and see private arc safe? Once private arc safe. So open data. So here we can see right notification engine picture system vaulting. These are all the safes. So whatever safes are created, the equal amount of folders will be created, file system also, but these are all encrypted. Okay, so if you want to change this safe location to some other drive, because so in real time we will not store our application related data in C drive. That is a good practice, so only OS related information will be stored in the C drive. So in that case we need to update so this safe directory. For updating the safe directory, there is a lot of process, and so we need to make changes in 3 or 4 configuration files. So for that there is a separate article also in Cyberark. So in case, if you want to change the safe directory, we need to change in 3, 4 locations now, and the last one is a vault-in file. So this vault-in file contains our vault server IP address, so by default vault to 7001. So we can update this address to our vault IP address. One 10.10.1.1. Yeah, that loopback address will get by default, but in later stages we can update to in case. If you installed Vault and if you want to replicate that, we can update our Vault IP. And for all the configurations which are documented. So if I had to comment out, hash is the tag right so that it cannot be absorbed, and that's consistent across all the INI files under this folder. Okay, now go back to one folder. Yeah, I opened the database. So vault is the log file related to the database, and myinf file is the configuration file related to database. So, in case, if your database is not starting, not up and running, then we need to open that vault file, and in case, if you are not able to understand, definitely in case, if you fire any database issue, then we need to reach out to Cyber. Okay, and this port of 3306 is again internally communicated locally within the vault itself. It's not related to the actual port, but 3306 is related to the database. Okay, but again local to the vault server itself. Yeah, okay. So the remaining files are related to database. Now open logs folder. Yeah, so the main log file for the vault is 8log. So on the Cyberark server interface, whatever you are seeing, the same thing will be available in the 8log at OS level. So if you restart your Cyberark server, then that old information will be gone in the Cyberark server GUI. But if you want to check that old information, you can open the etalog text file and you can see the old updates and results. Now close this and we need to see another log file called traced0. No, inside the logs only traced0. Yeah, so this log file in case, if you put any debug levels and if you want troubleshooting issue, then we need to open this traced0 log.